Hello again and welcome to the first update of our watering can experiment. So if you can remember, we took 12 different watering cans and we put different natural additives into each of them to see which one boosted plant growth, or at this point germination, the most. Now you can probably tell that I haven't got my cameraman with me today. Debbie's off doing something else for the day, but I'm going to try and do the very best that I can on my own. Now, we have been rotating these as well, so I'm well aware that the ones at the top are going to get more sunlight. So I've been rotating them on a daily basis, trying to make this as fair as possible, but it might not be the most scientific experiment that you've ever seen because of that. Now, each of the trays were planted identically, with two different types of mustard at the front and two different types of lettuce at the back, and then I put a cross of marigolds in there to separate those out, and you'll see that as I'm showing you each of the trays. Now, some of the results of germination are quite surprising. It does seem like the one that's the head the most is the rainwater. Now, that's a little bit of a surprise with all the chemicals that are being pumped into the atmosphere on a daily basis, but the rainwater does seem to be going really well. The other one that's going really strongly is the Malvern spring water. The one that's behind at the moment, that's doing the least, is the tap water. Well, that's no great surprise to the chemicals they put into tap water these days. But some of the surprises, the magnetic water is supposed to be really good for your plants, and that seems to be doing very, very little at the moment. And so is the electrified water, which I thought was going to do a little bit better. From Christophe Fleur's experiments of the early part of the the early part of the 20th century. His experiment showed electrified water was very good for plants, and I'm not seeing that at the moment. But I say, so we've got a wide range of germination. So what I'm going to do quickly is just grab the camera. I realise this isn't the best way of doing it. Excuse the noise as it comes out of the stand. And we'll just have a quick look at each of the trays in a close-up. So you can see there's the orgone infused water. Now that's around about the middle of the pack here. The homeopathy, well, that's not doing so well, the homeopathy mix. And so there's not been a great deal of germination in there at all. The adventurine, again, that's about the middle of the pack. I was expecting more from that. And we've already discussed the magnetic water is doing very poorly at this point. The electrified water, well, that doesn't seem to be doing great. And there we said the rainwater, that's about the best at the moment. The germination there is quite strong. Moving over to the megaculture mix, so this is an equal mix of all the different types of water, excluding the tap water and the rainwater. And that's not doing too well, which is a real surprise. Sea minerals, well, that's going quite strongly, as you can see there. There's quite a lot of germination in that one. And then down to the bottom row, you can see the tap water. There's hardly anything going on in that at all. There's the Malvern spring water. Well, that's around about second, I think, second to the rainwater. There's quite a lot of germination going on in there. A lot of very, very slow germination for this particular mustard in all the trays. That's quite a surprise. Would have thought the mustards would germinate together. The moss agate, well, that's about the middle of the pack again. And then there's the quartz. Well, I think that's probably running about third at the moment. And you can see that for yourself there. So let's just pop this back in the stand. Excuse the slide in motion. There we go, that's back in there. So that's the early stages of the experiment. That's germination. And we're going to keep doing updates as things change. There's going to be weekly or even sort of bi-weekly. There's going to be quite a lot of updates. Hopefully I'll have my cameraman back for them, because it's quite difficult on your own. As you can see, it's not a very good video. Please subscribe to the channel. It really, really does help. I've got some really big experiments planned for later on in this year, and they are all going to cost money. So if you could please subscribe to the channel, that would help with that. And you can now also send me stars on Facebook. I'm really not sure how that works, but apparently it will help and boost us along on our way. So there you go. There's the first update. There's going to be many, many more updates to come, and hopefully I'll have my cameraman back for the next one, because it really does help, as you can tell. So there we go. Thank you very, very much, and I'll see you soon.